Hi again, people. Project Veritas doing the media's job as usual because we have no media. You can go to their video, donate. Here's all their stuff. They do really good work. I mean, these guys have exposed more on the government lies and cover-up than probably any other organization. And, of course, if you go to Snoops, run by the liberal left, they'll say everything they find is false and is proven untrue because they work for the liberal left government, and then they're checking the facts for Facebook or Fakebook or YouTube or whatever. But they got some inside photos of this. This is just really amazing on how they have opened up the border. I mean, Trump had laws in effect that said if you come to the border and your paperwork ain't in order, you don't cross. Biden turned that over and said, oh no, if you come, you can cross. We'll feed, we'll house you, we'll let you loose. They just put a bus of like, I want to say 1,400 or 1,700 kids, 16, 17-year-old kids. See, in the hood or in the ghetto, we call those kids shooting each other and committing crimes gang members. But when they're coming across the border, they're somehow helpless. And our government says we must help them. And this facility is freaking
completed
huge.
The construction of that facility. It's a 165,000 square foot facility. And we have never seen images inside this oversight this place, photographs of what it actually looks.
Okay, those aren't body bags. They're actually people. It looks like they're covered up with some sort of what do they call those, heat blankets or space heat or whatever. I forgot. Emergency blanket is what we call them, is emergency heat blanket. It's just a thin piece of foil that keeps you warm. It blocks your heat so your heat doesn't leave your body. Look at all these freaking kids. And these are just kids, males and females, ages from 17 to whatever. There's been rapes, there's been assaults, there's been all kind of crime in here. And what are we doing? American taxpayers are paying to have these people come in that don't speak English, have no skills. They're going to flood our schools, flood our hospitals, flood our streets, flood our welfare system, flood everything. Why? Why? Because you idiots vote liberal left and think it's a good thing.
It's like inside this facility. Shocking images, ground, their faces covered. Why won't the administration be honest about this? Why won't they show you these images?
The government doesn't want to show you this because they don't want to let you know that they've opened the border up and we're bringing all these people in. What kills me is they come out and they go, this is private property. And if this is a government holding facility, why is it private? That's what they ought to be looking into. How can private property be doing this? Who's conspiring to allow people to come across our border and flood our country and violate our immigration laws? Who is conspiring to do that? My guess is it's leading back to liberal left politicians or liberal left donors that donate to the politicians.
Images. We have a man who's telling us to leave. Where would the press?
Oh man, you gotta get off.
Private property. Really? DHS and Homeland Security and the Border Patrol are housing these kids there, giving them water, food, shelter, medical care, and it's private property? Really?
They told us it's private property, but you know what is top of the detention. There's the facility for you.
That's a pretty big facility. And of course, these buses come out, nice buses with tinted windows, so you can't see, so the pesky citizens can't see where they're flooding these illegal kids. I think they had over 50 cases of positive COVID, and they're all kept in the same room. Yet, our businesses have to shut down because you can't wear a mask, and you can't do business, and our kids can't go to school, but we can allow 1,700 kids with COVID all trapped in one room, and then we distribute them across the country. So we're told that COVID is a big problem, but yet we're shipping it in from other countries. I don't know what it's going to take for people to wake up and say, our government is the freaking enemy, the federal government is the enemy, and something needs to be done. Look at the size of that facility. Are you freaking kidding me? How many employees and thousands, 1.9 trillion COVID bill. Really? I wonder how much of that money went for this.
Now, during
even you haven't released any images that you obviously could redact if you wanted to.
Again, we remain committed to sharing with all of you.
This woman is flat out just lying in everything she says. Watch her head say no when she's acting like she's being honest. It's just freaking amazing.
To sharing with all of you data on the number of kids.
She can't hide her head saying, no, I'm lying. This isn't the truth. Really amazing.
Again, we remain committed to sharing with all of you data on the number of kids crossing the.
She dodged the question, saying, quote,
and we remain committed to transparency. I don't have an update for you on the.
We remain committed to transparency. I don't have an update. Really? And what the hell is growing on your shirt, lady? What? Are you growing like carrot salad for lunch? Anyway.
The
timeline, end quote. Well, for you, just last night, we have now obtained these photos. Photographs were taken 8 cells in each facility. At any given moment, there are an average of 3,000 people in custody inside this detention center. Now, the
3,000 people. This is one facility, people. One facility on the border of Texas that they're trying to turn blue, that they're flooding, and the federal government says, states' rights, you don't have a right to protect your borders. You don't have a right if the federal government wants to flood COVID-infected people into your system so we can say, you opened your things too fast, you were wrong, you started business, see what Republicans get you. This is a huge conspiracy to destroy sovereign states. This is out-freaking-rageous.
God has 8 cells that are currently holding 600, that's 600 unaccompanied juvenile males aged 7 to 17. They're separated by age or physical size depending on the room. 50 of the individuals inside this facility were COVID positive in these cells. There have been multiple sexual assaults inside this facility, normal assaults, and daily medical emergencies. This border crisis does not appear to be slowing down.
Absolutely outrageous, people. At what point are the American people going to stand up and fight like the Russians did against their corrupt government? I mean, and all you see on the news is how they're going after these people that went to the Capitol protests, and they're saying they were seditious and they were trying to overthrow the government. Are you kidding me? We got FBI lawyers admitting to changing emails in order to lie to get a warrant on Trump. We've got a freaking election which was so crooked and untransparent that only the idiots believe it was correct. And now we have everybody telling us COVID is a big danger, but it's not a danger if we open borders and bring in COVID positive people to spread them across the country. Man, I just don't get it, people. I really don't. I mean, maybe I'm the only crazy one and everyone's like, dude, you just don't get it. The country's good. The dollar's good. America's too big to fail. It's perfect. Don't worry about it. You know, it'll all work out. Really? Okay. Well, isn't that there?